Hello and welcome everyone to a TCW Productions. Tonight we will kick off the 2018 World Cup in spectacular fashion. Our inaugural match will be Kazuchika Okada versus AJ Styles, two competitors who rocked it in Japan, came to TCW through the Fire Pro Wrestling universe to prove not only that they are the best in Japan, not only are they the best in WWE, but that they are the absolute best in the world. And it should go without saying, we have four groups comprised of four wrestlers, each from a different country. This matchup, USA versus Japan. Two very distinct, robust rosters for wrestling. There are so many American workers and Japanese workers who are at the absolute top of the chart when it comes to popularity, skill, technique, etc. Now again, four groups, four workers, two workers from each group will move on, much like the World Cup in soccer. Now, for those who have seen the Workers' Cup, it will be the exact same layout and ruling. This matchup, perhaps one of the best group stage matchups, all to kick it off. And since USA is the host, they, as is tradition, will kick it off with AJ Styles being in the first matchup. Hopefully, or shouldn't show bias rather, we will see if the home court advantage plays a factor into AJ Styles' tournament. Now again, these are perhaps two of the best competitors in the world, but we will see great talent from numerous different countries, and there are so many robust countries like the USA and Japan where it's nearly impossible to just choose one standout to represent their country. There has been an elimination process, voting process. The home country was left with the decision ultimately, and these are the competitors that they came up with. We have 16 very unique choices, unique wrestlers, and I really honestly can't wait to see how it all shakes out. But again, back to this classic matchup between Okada and AJ Styles. Nice neck breaker by Styles. And a forearm to Okada while he was sitting on the mat. This matchup will likely decide who comes out at the top of this group. Now, I shouldn't automatically assume that these two will advance, but it is likely that they will advance. I honestly can't imagine a scenario in which they don't. However, their group is already being predicted as the group of death, in large part due to their being in the group. So, I mean, if you are the third man in that group, man, you have an uphill battle to be sure. Nice move there by Okada. He's definitely going to be working on the neck of AJ Styles, trying to set up that Rainmaker, and Styles really wants to lock in that Styles Clash and try to win it via pinfall with his finisher. Both moves so devastating. Might be a race to see who can connect with their finisher first. He's got him in the tree of woe. He's just beating on the legs of Okada. But Okada lands a tombstone and trying to get these fans on his side. Very unlikely that they will be rooting for the Japanese superstar, as he is currently facing the hometown kid. AJ Styles hailing from Athens, Georgia. Okada, born in Japan, wrestles in Japan. One of the faces of New Japan Pro Wrestling. We may or may not be seeing more New Japan roster members later on in the tournament. That move is so effective at working the head and neck of the opponent. AJ going for a pinfall at the 10-minute mark. Only gets a 2 count. Sometimes you just have to go for the pin. So it's a good way to gauge and demoralize your opponent. Sometimes it could be used strategically to catch a breath yourself. And there's Okada landing his signature, beautiful, tremendous drop kicks. He has one of the best drop kicks in the business. And he's got AJ in a chokehold now that he's able to fight out of. Could be draining the strength of AJ. AJ again working the head and neck. That knee so stiff. Only gets a 2 count out of it. Now, it goes without saying, but AJ, perhaps one of the most versatile wrestlers in wrestling today. Very reminiscent of a Shawn Michaels. Okada, however, the blueprint for the future of wrestling, can truly do it all, has a tremendous frame. Now these members have to be weary. Okada's got to get back in. Not sure AJ wants to win with a count out, but against such tough competition, I'm sure he would take a victory any way he could get it. However, the points do get slightly diminished if it is by count out or DQ. To explain more of the rules, 5 points for a pinfall or submission, 4 points for a count out victory or a DQ victory. So obviously, while 1 point may not seem like a big deal, as far as seeding, once we go to the knockout round, it could be very important. However, like I said, the winner of this really can set their own destiny. And there's a phenomenal forearm by AJ, and he goes for the pin. This could likely be it. Almost, folks. Okada barely able to kick out there, and we have a striking exchange now. Super kick landed by AJ. How is he going to be able to finish Okada? He's landing another tombstone. And a taunt on AJ's home turf. The disrespect. AJ sends him to the rope, and he tried to connect with perhaps a Hurricane Rana, but got stuffed, and Okada can't land that flying elbow rather, but he connects with the knee to the midsection. Nice drop kick to the back of the neck of AJ, setting up that Rainmaker. Look at that. Flapjack of sorts and a spinning neck breaker again. Okada knows that is what he's going to have to connect to win this matchup. AJ seems to have lost momentum, at least for a short while. Another flapjack. Okada's in the driver's seat now. Can he connect with the Rainmaker and put AJ away? Look at that. What a maneuver by AJ, and he wins in nearly 20 minutes in our inaugural matchup for this World Cup tournament. AJ Styles takes home the 5 points against Kazuchika Okada. Okada's got a he's got to play it very safe moving forward, or he will not make it out of group stage. He has to win likely his next 2 matchups. Up next, we have Omega versus Jay White, so stay tuned.